Well, hello, and welcome to Movie Memories and our special horror programme. Going to be a battle of wits, is it? I see. Well, today we're going to do our best to frighten the living daylights out of you, because all our clips today are from those films that had us all as gibbering wrecks. Now, the first film that I can remember seeing that really scared me was the marvellous original version of King Kong. And I wasn't the only one, because Mrs. Elsie Lynch of Galloway Lane, Pudsey, writes, and she says, I was in the centre of the front row. And to this day, I can remember the terror that overcame me when a close-up of King Kong first appeared. I gripped the sides of my seat and bit my lips until they bled so as not to scream. Ooh. Years later, one of the usherettes told me that during the run of that film, they had more wet seats than at any other time. Well, King Kong was made in 1933, and it's never been bettered. Even the glossy remake in 1975 couldn't steal its thunder. For a start, they couldn't find a girl who could scream as loudly as Fay Ray. They haven't met that lady over there yet, have they? That's the point. Now, Kong was the brainchild of a man called Willis O'Brien, who created models of the gorilla, varying in size from a few centimetres to 50 feet in height. And it took a year to film all the King Kong bits. But let's have a look at the lad himself.
You're safe now, dear.
It's like a horrible dream. It's like being back on the island again.
Now, it's all right. Don't worry. I'm going to stay right here with you. Anyhow, you know they're bound to get him.
Muhammad Ali making another comeback. Well, that was especially for Neil Barnacle of Everoway Rugby, who, despite being only 17, is a devoted nostalgia fan. He also sent in a Where Are They Now list with 43 names on it. Well, we've already dealt with a couple of the stars you mentioned, Neil, and we will get around to the others in later programmes. Now, in the 50s, gimmicks flew thick and fast as producers and cinema owners battled to keep the horror craze going. Christopher Picknell of Meadway in Canterbury recalls a film called The House on Haunted Hill, which tried to terrify viewers with a lit-up skeleton which swung out from the screen over the audience on a piece of wire to the back of the cinema. He says it squeaked along laboriously on a rusty old pulley and the audience fell about laughing. Well, customers for a film called Macabre were offered life insurance in case they died of shock. And Chamber of Horrors had fright breaks to warn people of imminent horror. And today we get commercial breaks do exactly the same thing. Now, neither of those films need to bother with the gimmicks. Of course, gimmicks were nothing new in the 50s. Christopher, again, also remembers that when his local showed the silent version of The Hunchback of Notre Dame, the manager hired a man disguised as Lon Chaney to climb the front of the cinema and roar at the passers-by. Or today we've got Bernard Manning, so it's the same thing, isn't it? Now, the next clip is from a film that needed no sensational promotion. It's still today considered one of the best horror films of all time, The Bride of Frankenstein. And this is for John Jones of Bosham, Chichester, who writes, all my life I've had a very loud sneeze. And when I went to see the first Frankenstein film, this sneeze exploded just as the monster was brought to life. It was a tense moment. Women around me screamed, and the lady in front turned round and hit me with her handbag. And I was escorted from the cinema. Well, I hope you've got a hanky ready this time, John, because here is Frankenstein's old lady.
The Bride of Frankenstein. She hates me, like others. Look out! The lever! Get away from that lever! You'll blow us all to atoms. We belong dead.
Well, there you go, eh? That's what happens when you try and pull a bird who doesn't fancy you. Well, our first guest today is someone who knows a great deal about horror films, probably more than anyone else in the country, because he's written this marvellous book on horror films and many others as well, and his name is Alan Frank. Alan, right, nice to see you, my dear. Alan, that book has given myself, my family, many scary moments. It's the most marvellous book about horror films.
Thank you.
You're really so keen on these ghastly things. What on earth started you off?
I was not allowed to go to horror films in East Africa. The censorship wouldn't allow it. So I used to sneak in. And I used to scream my head out. And I used to be taken out and then brought back in again. And I've stuck with them ever since.
And you started, I remember you telling me actually earlier that you actually have done 1 or 2 horror films yourself.
That's right. When I was a movie extra, I had to get buried as a zombie and then come out from the grave, which was fun, except you couldn't hear the director yelling. I lay quite a while under the soil. So someone kicked me, then I got up. Then I got set fire to.
Now, stories about these horror films. Obviously, you've done a lot of research into these, and I mean, they must be a lot of fun to be involved with, really, horror
They're
films.
great fun. I mean, the most cheerful story I think I've ever heard was about Alfred Hitchcock, who'd made Psycho, with the incredible scene where Janet Leigh gets stabbed in the shower. And a woman wrote to him and said, look, my daughter saw Les Diaboliques, and she won't take a bath. She's now seen Psycho, and she won't take a shower. Now, what are we going to do about it? And Hitchcock spoke to written back and said, well, have a dry clean. The old horror movies I love, actually, because they had sort of monsters and things like that. And you don't see many of those sort of horror films now. No, now, unfortunately, they're all very ghastly, very nasty. People get knifed, stabbed, disemboweled, and that's all supposed to be fun. You can't beat the old monsters. You know, a good werewolf, and you feel you know where you are.
That's right. Alan, have you got any particular favourites, real favourite horror films?
I've got one which might amuse people. It's one coming up, in fact, a clip coming up now. It's from a film directed by Vernon Sewell. It's all about a lady who, for some reason unknown to herself, kept turning into a giant death's head moth. And she kept coming alive and knocking off half the cast while Peter Cushing pursued her. And in the clip we're about to see, she meets, or she doesn't meet up, but she ends up in a mortuary with a very strange mortuary attendant who has a very strange fascination for pickles.
It was made at least 3 hours after theirs were made.
Could it have been self-inflicted?
Impossible. The puncture and severance of the spinal column was made by a long, sharp weapon and by someone with an extraordinary knowledge of anatomy.
Well, I reckon he knew too much. Somebody did him in to shut him up.
Hello, Sergeant. Hello, Smiler. How's business? Dead as a doornail.
Do you live on onions? Let's have a word with the inspector.
Is there any resemblance to the ones on the other murdered man?
None whatsoever. Excuse me, sir. I had a bit of difficulty tracing the staff of Clare House, sir. I found the cook and the housemaid. They're waiting for you down at the station.
Right, I better get over there.
What an evil thing to do to me, Alan.
Dead to rights.
I must tell you that particular film, actually, when we did that film, it was in a mortuary, as you say, and it was a very small budget picture, that one, and they couldn't afford all the dead bodies, not real dead bodies, you know, I mean, all real actors lying there as dead bodies, so we had dummies most of the time, but they had a real actor as the dead body that was nearest the camera. And as you know, they take so long to make these particular films, and halfway through, the first time we'd actually got anywhere near this terrific snoring came up. And someone said, where's the snoring coming from? And we pulled back the dust cloth, and there was the dead body, fast asleep, snoring his head off. Well, thanks, Alan, for that one. That was wonderful. Well, we'll be back with more macabre memories in a minute. But don't worry, folks, because they're only really films. Well, welcome back to our special horror edition of Movie Memories. Now, who are the two names guaranteed to strike terror into the stoutest hearts? No, not Maggie Thatcher and Geoffrey Howe. Bela Lugosi and Boris Karloff. For years, they terrorized cinema audiences. Like this.
Ready for the test, Dracula? I'm ready. Frankenstein, then let us begin. You understand, Bela, don't you? That the one who wins this little game of chess is to lead the parade at the film stars' frolic. Okay, Boris. You'll move, right.
There you go. Well, Stanley Carver of Corbier Avenue, Poole, was determined to get his revenge when, as a noisy youngster, he was thrown out the cinema by the manager. So he writes, he said, the next time my friend and I went, we took a cardboard box full of large moths we collected the night before. When we released them, they were attracted by the light and fluttered around the projection window. Their magnified shapes were projected onto the screen, and they looked like monsters from a horror film. Eventually, the film was stopped while they were dealt with. Well, another fine mess you got them into, eh, Stanley? Well, here's a nice story from Gerald Price from Bridgend in Glamorgan. Now, he runs an independent 16mm film library, but is primarily a horror film fan. And he writes, I was giving a show for a religious group about to make a pilgrimage to the Holy Land. But every 5 minutes, they asked me to stop the film while they said a prayer. After a few breaks, I was seen holding my hands together, and one of the brethren asked, are you praying with us? I said, no, I'm praying the projector doesn't blow up. Well, thanks, Gerald. Now, your reward for writing is a clip from one of your favourite horror films.
They're like huge sea pods.
This must be the way that body in my closet was formed. Miles, where do they come from?
I don't know. If they are seeds or seed pods, they must grow someplace on a plant, probably. And somebody or something wants this duplication to take place.
But when they're finished, what happens to our bodies?
I don't know. When the process is completed, probably the original is destroyed or disintegrates. No, wait!
Sorry, but I take a dim view of watching my own destruction take place.
There isn't any danger until they're completely formed. We learned that last night at your house. Your blank didn't change right away.
Not until you fell asleep. Miles, when the change does take place, do you suppose there's any difference?
There must be. Wilma noticed it. So did little Jimmy.
So did I. My father.
That must be what he was doing in the cellar last night, placing one of these. I'm sorry.
I felt something was wrong, but I thought it was me because I've been away for so long. They have to be destroyed. All of them.
They will be. Every one of them. We're going to have to search every building, every house in town. Men, women, and children are going to have to be examined. We've got some phoning to do.
Well, I'm going to stay right here where I can watch them.
I'm going to stay with you.
And don't call the police! Nick Rivet didn't find any body on a burning haystack.
Well, there you are. That's what you get for not spraying your greenhouse, eh? A classic horror film that called The Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Now, the remarkable thing about that film is that despite its lurid title and the fact that it was a black and white B-movie made on a shoestring budget, it turned out to be one of the most exciting and intelligent horror films of all time. Now, you wouldn't associate the East Side Kids, earlier known as the Dead End Kids, and later as the Bowery Boys, with horror films. But even they got involved with a haunted house in a film called Ghosts on the Loose. Now, in this clip are Leo Gorsey, Hunts Hall, ex-Our Gang member Sunshine Sammy, and Count Dracula himself, Bela Lugosi. Now, this one's for Jack Allen of Grassmore Gardens, Ilford, Henry Railston of Eden Hill Road, Peterlee, and Lucy Hewitt of Wilton Estate, Batley. Now, incidentally, listen very closely when Bela Lugosi sneezes. A lot of people claim this is the first swear word in the movies.
Oh, shit! What's that? Well, maybe a termite bit him.
What's the matter? The altitude too much for you?
No. That picture up there. He's alive.
Who's alive?
Him, up there.
First place, it's not a him, it's a her.
Please believe me. Her was a him a minute ago.
You're seeing things.
Seeing things? Man, I heard him growl.
All right, just take it easy now. Relax. You've been drinking too much coffee.
What coffee? Hey. Hey, Screw. Yeah. You sure you saw what you saw? Sure, I'm sure. But all right, I tried to tell Muggs. See, I'm back there sweeping, I got a broom in my hand. I look up at Napoleon's got a coat on. He's standing like that. Then I turn around and he's got...
There you are. Happy memories of the Bowery Boys, eh? Well, now we've got a clip from a film that's going to be shown very soon on your television screens, and it's called The House That Dripped Blood.
Nothing happened.
I can't understand it. Wait a minute. This isn't my cloak.
No. This one is.
Carla, no. No, Carla. Carla, don't put that on. You'll turn into a vampire. Carla, please.
We loved your film so much, we wanted you to become one of us forever. Welcome to the club.
What about that, eh? Welcome to the club. Well, I'm happy to tell you that the chairwoman of that very club is here with us today, folks. And I want you to welcome Miss INGRID PITT. I'm not a bite all day, isn't it? Ingrid, how lovely to see you. Well, Ingrid, you've made so many of those marvellous horror films now. Countess Dracula, of course, you made. She's taking her teeth out now, folks, I want you to know that. Countess Dracula, The Vampire Lovers, and, of course, that film, The House That Dripped Blood. Now, they must be fun to do.
They are.
Yeah.
One of the funniest things I remember was about Shandor Ellis rolling me in the hay. And he was nozzling around with this microphone. And big close-up on his face. And half his moustache was gone. All the searching around again, finding the other half.
Can be fun, can't it?
I insist my men grow their own moustaches.
How many horror films have you done altogether, Ingrid?
I think about 7. I've done 4 in England, 2 in America, and 1 in Argentina. Yes. And it's all your fault.
My fault?
You know that? Every weekend, I burn my lunch because of news headlines.
Oh, good, I'm delighted. Well, you know, you'd have a nice steak in there somewhere. Actually, Ingrid, which one of all the films you did in England did you enjoy the most? I mean, that looked terrific, the one there, The House That Dripped Blood.
Yes, I think that was a wonderful one, because it was for laughs.
That's right.
John Pertwee changed it all. He changed a very dreary script into something really wonderful, and it really turned out a great laughing picture. I liked it very much.
Ingrid, I mean, you're now actually in the process of appearing in one of the Hammer House of Horror series.
Yes.
You've just done that.
Well, I've started writing. I've started writing because I thought it was easy.
Now, you've written the episode?
Yes, I've written it, and I'm going to star in it. And that is the utmost ego trip, isn't it? Isn't it?
When you wrote it, you must have had yourself in mind for the part.
No, I didn't.
But, I mean, does this mean that you're going to give up actually acting?
Give up? What do I... Why should I? Never, never give up anything. You know that, don't you? Don't you? Have you given up anything at all?
No, not for Lent, not this year, no.
There you are.
So what are your plans then for the... Are you working any more theatre because you've done quite a lot of theatre?
Yes, I've done a lot of that, and I'm very tired of it too. And I think it's time to do television. Well, it makes you very tired. Digs and travelling around and new theatre every week is very tiring. So what you do is you sit down and you write a script for yourself, get it produced. It's the ultimate ego trip, and I'm power mad. I really am. When you write a book, you're the producer, the director, you are all the actors. I mean, you can play every part in the book. You don't have to worry about a budget, and it's absolutely marvelous. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to, from now on, always write it, and then I'm going to get it put on the telly.
That's a good idea. Well, I tell you, I mean, you amaze me, actually, with the sort of...
I do?
Yes, the talented things you do. Yes, please. We'll wait until we finish the programme, and then we'll have a bite together. Ingrid, it's been smashing to have you on the programme.
Thank you.
Really very enjoyable. I've got to let Ingrid go now because she's due back in the crypt in about 5 minutes, you know. But she'll creep in there, have a creep, and then creep out again.
No.
So I hope you've enjoyed our horror special. Well, we've got musical, comedy, and Western specials all coming to this screen very soon. See you then.